It's okay.
Is it audible?
Yeah, it's audible.
Okay.
Devajit sir,
Yes.
I can't see your face.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Now it's
It's
okay,
okay.
right?
Okay. Right.
So we can
Um,
start right now.
Dheeraj, we will start. Jayant, you can give the introduction, or I will give it to the. Or,
You give this time, sir. I'll be preparing for the next thing. Yeah.
okay, no problem. Yeah. Dheeraj, if you are started, you can please tell me. Mhm. Yeah. Hi. Good evening to all of you. Today it's a World Music Day. World music, this term, it has to use first 1960 by Robert E. Brown, something. Yeah. And this day, they are recognized a lot of the genre of the music, the folk songs, regional music. Okay. So today we are discuss about one aspect about the music, that is for the sound engineer or sound designer. So today here Devjit Kain sir is there. So he will discuss about. He is a Bollywood music producer and a sound designer as well as. So he is there. He will discuss about a new genre, a new to the aspect in music is the sound designing. Okay. I hope it will be very interesting.
Okay.
You guys, you will be enjoy it. Okay.
So now we can start.
Yeah. Sure.
So hello everyone. My name is Devjit, and I'm from Calcutta. I'm basically a pianist. I started playing piano from the class around 6 or 7. So on that time, I didn't think of that I have to be a musician or I have to choose this profession. But according to the time changes, and I find myself that I should be in a room where there will be no one to disturb me, and I could bring my creativity and my creation to the reality. And for that, uh, I've chosen the profession which I am in. Basically, I'm a music producer. What is a music producer? Basically, we produce music for music directors. Like, suppose we have a tune, simple like Twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. It's a very simple and basic rhymes that we all know, right? So suppose X has composed this piece, okay, and Y have to arrange this piece. So X has given the piece to Y, and now Y will arrange. I mean, where to play what, like put the ornaments, how to put the ornaments on the song. So basically, the tune is like. So now I'm going to arrange this piece in a very swing, one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. So now the music director has told me that compose this piece in a swing style. So I have composed this piece in a swing style. So in between the piece, the music director wants me to say play some other instrument also, but on the same melody. So I know another instrument. It's called melodica. This is called melodica. Basically, it's a flying piano. We say we have to bow. You know, so this is a beautiful instrument. So I will play this melody also on this instrument, but I'm using the swing rhythm. Okay. also the melodica to this piece. So that's the work of a music producer, to bringing down each and every instrument in one song and put the ornaments on a song to make it more colorful. So that's job which I do basically for other music directors. Now you can ask me that you can be also a music director. I would say yes, but to become a music director, first and foremost thing is that you should start from zero. So it's the best way you can help someone else to build up his own song. So that one day there will be someone to help you to build up your own song. That's how things comes one by one, one by one. I'm getting my point. So any question or anything anyone want to ask me? There's only hello.
Yeah, here this is for only for the speakers, and
Oh,
students will join for through the YouTube.
okay,
YouTube messaging.
okay, okay. So no one wants to ask me any question?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we will come to the most important part I'm going to share. No, not now, but yes. Before that, we have to get some idea about music theory, or else we can't be a music programmer. Because music theory, a person who have the music theory, then only he can be a music director or a music producer or a music arranger or programmer. They are the same thing. To become a music arranger or become a music producer or become a programmer. These three things comes in one. Okay. So before that, the most important and foremost thing is that to become a music producer is to get the correct knowledge of instruments, and you have to have, man, you have to learn a mother instrument. Like my mother instrument is keyboard. I mean to say piano because I have given the grade. And with this help of the keyboard I create my track, because there are some technicalities which we call MIDI, which transform my data into the computer with the help of a VST, that's called virtual sound technology. It helps me to build up my tune. I will come to this topic later, but before that we have to pick up an instrument if we want to be a music producer. Because without picking up an instrument you can't produce a song. So for that foremost thing, that you have to have some knowledge about music and about an instrument. And basically every music director who create his own music, starting from A.R. Rahman to, you can say, Papi Lahiri, you can say R.D. Burman, I'm taking the old one names. Everyone knows how to create music with this instrument. Even Satyajit Roy is a very good pianist, because this instrument only gives us that space to, to recreate our own thing, to put down, because we are getting in the right hand the melody and on the left hand we play the chords. So it's a complete instrument. That's simply, wait, I'm going to show you. Is it visible? So I'm going to play a melody with the help of my left hand. I'm going to play some broken chords. So two of the thing played at the same time, it creates magic. Now see. Okay. So if we want to recreate this piece into this on the programming, how we are going to do that? Okay. So before that, we need to have a studio, a proper studio, where we can sit, where we can create our own creativity, where there will be no one who are going to disturb us and tell me, oh, what you are doing, please keep it down, it's so loud. No. So first and foremost thing, as you can see, wait, it's too blur, I think. Yes, now it's okay. So this is my workspace, my gadgets. I basically use This sound card is called Scarlett 89, which gives me to access to 8 instruments at one time. And I have connected my keyboard and everything to it. I will be coming to this later on. And this whole room is been acoustic with raw cool. This piece of thing is we call is a bass trap. What is bass trap? Is basically bass trap is they are controlling the sound what I am producing here. It's very effective. Now see the upper my ceiling. This is called a radiator. It gives me three things. One is high, low, and mid properly. The holes are not just the holes. It's into a measurement. We create that hole. And when, because sound always flow from left to right, right to left. It doesn't flow in a straight way, as we know in physics. Sound flows like here and there, here and there. So we have basically studio is made with lot of acoustic elements. Like this is called a small radiator. Can you see this? This one, the black one? This is called the small radiator. It absorbs the low, mid of any sound. Okay? And this is called a bass radiator half. I didn't put it because sound doesn't go below our leg. It's always flow. At least for, how to measure, like sound doesn't go below or 10 degree, or it's always flow in one room, can you see this one, the red color one, this one? Okay, that's the level, where the sound can absorb this whole thing. Now yes, so I need some questions because I'm speaking from that time. I need some question if anyone wants to ask me anything. Like Shurjit. I can't. Yes, the mic is.
Can you please tell me what is the budget actually? That means the acoustic.
Yes. I will come to that point, but before that, we have to understand uh, the area where we are going to build up our studio. That's very important. Okay, so we need to discuss about that, and then comes the budget. See, we can build up a studio. We can build up a studio around 20 to 30K. We can build up our studio more than 1 lakh also, but in a reasonable price. If a person doesn't have that much of money, but he wants to build up a not a pro but a semi-pro studio for himself, or to create their own tracks, for the equipments I'm talking about, they have to spend on a good sound card. I mean the audio interface, which is the essential one. Without that, you can't produce track, because with the help of the audio interface, we will connect our MIDI keyboard, we will connect our microphone, we will connect our headphone and everything. And if you have a good audio interface, you will have some good audio quality of your own creation.
So for the purpose of music producing, what do you say that for the sound card, which one you have to suggest? If
Yes, for the basic one, for people who are learning, I would prefer go for PreSonus 2x1, or which has 2 inputs. You have to see there are 2 inputs and 2 outputs. Okay, go for PreSonus, which I mostly, one of my students use Focusrite, Scarlett Focusrite, which is very affordable. You will get a combo pack with a sound card, a microphone, a headphone, and a lead wire. Total cost around 20 to 22,000. Okay.
and which MIDI you have to suggest?
MIDI keyboard can be like if someone is having an old keyboard. I'm talking about keyboard. There's a huge difference between a keyboard and a synthesizer, which I am playing. It's a synthesizer, but there are keyboard like Yamaha PSR keyboard. At the back, if you can see, there are 2 type of typical holes. It's written MIDI in, MIDI out. That also can be used as a MIDI. Or else, if people doesn't have any keyboard, so they can go for M audio key station. That's a very basic one. That's but the keys are not that much good. But for a budget, if you have a budget, okay, I have to do it in this, with this much money, I have to buy all my equipments, then go for, definitely go for key station. Okay.
Okay.
And then there are Nectar, which is very good. If people have budget around 10 to 15,000, they can go for Nectar. Nectar is quite good. Okay. And
And which one? That is the iPhone Yamaha iPhone 55 or that type
yes,
of keyboard also
yes,
they can
yes.
use.
That type of keyboard for 21st, like for the first generation, right now, the which you're talking about, they doesn't provide the MIDI option. But the
Okay.
keyboard who have bought around 2016 or 17 or 18, they have that
Mhm.
option of MIDI in, MIDI out. So they
Okay.
don't need to buy a MIDI keyboard. They don't need to invest that. That keyboard can be transferred to MIDI. Only you need a MIDI wire for that. So a lot of people don't know about it, but we can transfer that keyboard into MIDI, and we don't need any software. A lot of people they ask me, sir, we need a software. No, nothing. If we are doing this thing with our USB, that time we require software. But if you are using with the MIDI cable, we don't need software. Just plug and play. And MIDI is the oldest one because MIDI doesn't disconnect. It's very hard. It's very hard. But when you are using the USB, while you're putting down on your computer or your laptop, there will be some problem, because
Okay.
we are putting
Okay.
the mouse, a lot of things we put on USB. So I preferably avoid USB. I use MIDI. As long as I'm doing music programming, I will go, because a lot of people they think that MIDI is very old thing. Why should we use MIDI cables and all nowadays? But old is gold, that we know. So that, and the most important thing is to have a good computer.
Yeah.
A lot of
What is the
people,
configuration about that the computer? What is your this the Core i5?
yes, yes, Core i5 will be important. But one thing I need to tell you, first is the processor. That's the heart.
Yeah.
You should have a good processor first. It can be Core i5, but Core i5 is little bit backdated. But we can come to, I use preferably like Ryzen 5, which is third generation. We have to think about third generation, because technology comes like anything, and especially softwares, which I'm not talking about right now, because that's quite detailing. We have to go. First and foremost thing, we have to have a good processor, at least for 16 GB RAM and 1 TB hard drive, internal and also external. Internal, we will produce our track and we will save it on ED, whatever the drive will be. And for the external, we should have backup. A lot of music producer lost their projects like this. Okay, I'm saving it in my computer, I don't need to think about. But this is technology. If something happened to your computer, so your file is also gone lost. So if you have that backup file, if you have the backup file, so your life will be safe and your work will be safe. So I always tell people to have an external and also the internal at the same GB. Got it? Now comes, if you are doing BGM, like background score, you need a graphics card. Without a graphics card, you can't do background score, because when your director is giving you the movie, he has shooted in the film like red cameras, Blu-ray, and lot of things. But if on your computer, when you are doing the score, if you can't see each and everything clearly, how are you going to produce that thing? How are you going to produce the music? Are you getting my point? So for that, we need a graphics card. But initial level, people who just want to create music, they doesn't require a graphics card. To be very frank, people who are doing very professionally for last 5, because scoring for a movie or scoring for something is really very hard. I mean, it's not like doing music for 2 years. I'm doing programming for 2 years. Now I can be a background score. No, it's not possible. Okay.
So it's not possible in your home studio also. I hope that if the equipment is not.
No, no, no. Yes, yes, it can be done on your home studio. For that, you need two screens. See, I have two screens. One screen. Let me show you this.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
Is
sure.
it? Yes, I have two screens. One I use for my movie. Another one I do my programming. So if you have the 2 3 screens, yes, you can do the background score. But yes, again, just to have your 2 3 screen doesn't mean you will get each and. But doing background score, you need a good graphics card. Yes. Are you getting my point? Yeah, you have to have a good graphics card, and you should, like your computer should pair with the audio and same as the video. There are a lot of computers, lot of people, they ask me, so whether to choose Mac or whether to choose Windows. Trust me, both the platforms are great. There are many great musicians who work on Windows. At the same time, there are music directors who prefer to work on Mac. Same thing. Yes, there are a little bit of differences. Mac has their own operating system. Windows have their own operating system. The operating system have a lot of differences, but it doesn't matter. If you can create magic on Windows, the other person can also create magic on Mac. It doesn't mean if you have Apple, you can create much good music. No, nothing like that. It's up to you which one you can afford. Because first we need to think of that. Because I don't use Mac, I use Windows. Because when I will transfer to Mac, a lot of softwares which I use are not available, because a lot of softwares which I use, it's pirated, to be very frank, because it's huge, highly expensive. I have some original softwares, but there are softwares which are not original. So it's not bad to download something, for your work and for work purpose. A lot of people do that, because if you're gonna buy each and every software, it's really, you need to have a huge heavy pocket for that. So there are softwares which are not available for Mac. So mostly people like us, I prefer to use Windows for my rest of my life. And definitely I have worked in Mac, but Windows give me that access which I don't get in Mac. Now comes your how to build a good computer. First, what I said, a processor, a good RAM, a hard disk, graphics card, and especially the motherboard. Motherboard should have a six core. I mean, the processor should have six. The people who know about computer hardware, they could understand what I'm talking about. Six core, because while we are programming, okay, main thing which hits, it's the processor. Processor has to be very expensive. Nothing else. People think about, I have 16 GB RAM, but the processor is very, it's not up to that mark. So you won't get that result while you are, and while we are programming, we have a lot of big softwares like 50 GB, 60 GB, and we are creating music at the same time, and computers start lagging. We think, oh my God, I've spent so much of money on RAM and each and everything, but still things doesn't work. It won't work. And it doesn't matter that only i5, i7, i9, if I have, that means I am, no. Each and everything has to be up to that level. If you are having i7, then your motherboard, your RAM, your hard drive should have that level compared with it. Are you getting my point? So before you build up a computer, first go through the specification and remember one thing, what you want. Don't try to go to many things. Okay, I need this, I need that, I need this. No. Just the way I build up my computer, it's good for audio production, but it's not good for video production. Because nowadays, a lot of people have, because you have to create your own music, you have to create your own video. So a lot of people are doing the same thing in both the thing in the same computer. Now that creates a problem. Yes, you have a big budget, so then go for a, a, an, uh, for a huge and expensive computer. But before I say, if you can different both the work, like in one PC I will do only my voice recording, my music, and another PC I will do it only for editing. Then the work will be, it will be fine with your things if
It will be
you
divided.
think at the end of the day. Because
Yeah.
yes, tell me.
I want to know that about. Can you explain about what is the work in sound card? Because some people, as they are
Yes.
new, what is
Okay.
the what work it has to done by sound card?
Yeah, sound card, like sound card, that's not a sound card, that's we call. I'm sharing one link with you. Wait, on WhatsApp. Can you please share with them? It will be easy for one. Audio interface, basically, wait. It converts the microphone and the instrument signal into a format your computer and software recognize. Okay, so now, as we can see, recording of 90s, and still now people use pictures. what mixture basically do? Individually, we are putting down each instrument together, and it amplifies in one equipment. It comes out in one equipment. Are you getting my point? What mixture
Yes,
do
yes.
basically? Like we have 6 channel mixture. One is tabla, one is vocal, one is keyboard, one is drums, XYZ. So all the instrument comes in one, equalizes in one, and it comes out in a I mean, the different sound comes out in one equipment. So that's the same thing that audio interface do. It recognizes your channel first, it recognizes your channel, it recognizes your signal, the instrument, and it converts this thing, the audio and everything, and it routes the audio from your computer to the headphone and your studio monitor, what we listen to. So it helps
And
basically to convert. Yes, tell me.
and one more thing, I think that it will be converted your the MIDI sound to that
Yeah,
whatever you want, just
yeah.
like
MIDI sound only been done on the main instrument which we play, the VST.
it's okay.
VST. Okay. VST means the virtual one. The most important thing in VST plugins, there are two types. What is VST like? How do you use this VST and everything? Like VSTs are the most important thing that creates. What is VST basically? But Virtual Studio Technology. Virtual Studio Technology is an audio plugin software interface that integrates the software synthesis and effects units into digital workstation. Okay, just how we put reverb on our vocal, right? The way we put delay on our vocal, that's called VST, but that's analog. But while we're doing it in digitally, we will say VST, virtual sound technology. At the same time, we have VSTI, that means virtual sound technology instrument. We have tabla, but we can't pay the tabla player. So we will program that tabla. Program that tabla means we will do it by ourselves. Are you getting my point? We will do it by ourselves by playing it with the MIDI keyboard and the software. That means VSTI. Okay, that's what it
And,
is.
and a few students they have that the confusion about what the sound engineering or whatever. Sometimes they have to observe that for the DJ player,
Yes,
DJ artist, they are also using their headphone. That is the Sennheiser or sometimes
yes,
something.
yes,
But
yes.
but in the producing the which audio input output do you require? That is for the for headphone or you want for the mixing purpose headphone or whatever
Okay.
the
Yes,
audio
yes. Yeah,
speaker whatever
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
output.
See, basically DJ use the headphone because they need to change the song in a minute, so that while they are playing in the crowd, there are a lot of people are shouting. They can listen to what they are playing. So for that reason, that as the same way, when we go to the stage, we sing. We have monitors. So DJ have the monitor on their, the earphones what they wear. But for a music producer, why earphones are important? While we mix, there are a lot of instruments which need to be panned. You know what panning is? From left to right,
Yeah,
right to
left
right.
to right to left. Yeah.
Yes, we need to do the panning very correctly, very cautiously. So that time, sometimes the monitor doesn't give us that access to do that thing. So that time we need the headphone to listen and say, okay, now this much I need to left and right, and this much I need to right to left. The monitor sometimes doesn't give that much of access. So if you have a good headphone, that headphone will give you the correct sound, the correct knowledge. Okay, now I need to put down my bass little bit, because listening it very closely, it gives more effect. Or when you're listening from a space, like you're from a distance, you're listening to it. Okay, you're listening to the bass, it doesn't sound correctly, but while you're listening to the headphone, it gives us the correct amateur of sound. I got my point. Hello. Okay. Any question?
Yeah. Now, for headphone purpose, which headphone did you are supposed you are suggested to us?
There are a lot of headphones. It's come from your budget, and also what kind of music you create. There are music producers who love to create EDM. There are music directors who love to create Bollywood stuff. I use two, three headphones. One headphone which I use, it's around 16,000 rupees. This is a flat, fully a flat headphone. This is AKG K44. Right now, this headphone is not available, but AKG is one of the finest company who gives a good quality headphones. This headphone is basically for balancing each track. It's not for mastering. Okay, mastering keyboard needs at least for 0 to 5 dB, and that's fully on sound engineering course. When you will go for the sound engineering course, then you will get to know about the dB and all. But for today's session, I can't go through each and everything. You're getting my point?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
when you're going for a headphones, first you have to know that what kind of headphones or what kind of music you like. If you like Bollywood stuff, mostly Bollywood stuff have been mixed in flat studios. Flat headphones, flat monitors. But if people do like to listen to EDM, dubstep, hip hop, so that time you need to require that kind of headphone, like extra bass, extra mid. So you will get that kind of option. So you need to
Yeah.
figure it out your own headphones. Okay.
And which speaker you have to suggest?
Yes, I mostly right now I'm using AIM Audio, which is just a basic one, but I will prefer everyone to have a flat speaker. First, you start listening to a flat speaker, then you should move to any other speaker. So you can go to Kali Audio, it's very famous. Adams Audio, they are very good, very very. Then Sonodyne, I hope you know the name. It's a very famous company, Sonodyne,
Yeah.
and
So,
that what else I could prefer. And that's what I'm telling you. It's under the budget. It's not, you can't go exceed the budget. And there are very high expensive monitors like Genelec. It's very expensive. Like they are the one of the best sound monitor. But for the basic and for the learning purpose, I will suggest AIM Audio B37 monitors or Kali Audio. You can find it out like that kind of
so
monitor.
for the equipment, what is that the budget? It will come maybe around 50 to 60,000.
Yes, less than that. If you have a place where it's, see, my studio is basically by 14 by 11. Okay, you need
Okay.
to bring down your ceiling. You can't, because that's how the howling sound comes. If you slow down your ceilings, if you can bring down the ceiling little bit down, then the sound will be at very, it should not go to the upper level, or it should not go to the down level. It should be at the mid level, so that you could listen to high, low, mid equally. And then comes raw cool. A lot of people do with egg sheets. Egg sheets one. That's a very bad thing. It's not good for a place, because studio basically doesn't allow light and sound. It has to be airtight. So in that case, you have to be very secure with each and everything what you create on. So go for a raw cool. Bring a raw cool. At least for you can find raw cool at any place. Raw cool are basically nothing. It's absorb sound. It's absorb heat. Raw cools are. So go for raw cool. Make a shape like this. I will share it how to build up your own studio, some videos which I have with Surajit sir. Then you can share it with the students. So you have to, like, there's other things. I just called the carpenter and I called him and I said that make it like 8 by 4 box, and in between that I put down the raw cool, and yes, it's good enough. The sound and everything has a very tightened. So the basic money which you need to spend first, you should not spend money in a bad way. First of all, there are a lot of questions, lot of things people going to tell you, do this, do that. No, first you should know what you want from your studio, what you need. So the first need is will be the audio interface, a good microphone, a headphone, and a studio monitor, and you should have a good computer. Okay.
Yeah. So can you, for example, you can give it to me some playing some your snaps. how do you make your work?
Yes, yes, I will come to that point. I just because I need to share the screen because
Yeah,
I have planned that I will show you one of my programming live.
yeah,
Okay, so yes, for that and approximately if you can spend 50 to 60,000 rupees, your studio will be done. Yes, and mostly all your softwares and all you will get it on torrent and and it should like I should tell you that you should buy the original one. I should not tell you to go for a pirated one, but there are things we download from internet. It's not bad. Lot of people they do this thing. That's why big companies are giving this kind of softwares. And the most important thing to choose the right DAW. What is DAW? Digital workstation.
yeah. And some people they are for the what is your suggestion about that? That is, some people they are telling that the Logic Pro, they are working about the Logic Pro. Which software you are suggested? Logic Pro, or some people are telling the new Endo, Cubase. That is the previous one, and right now Pro Tools, Logic Pro, or something it will come. So which software you are telling about that this is the
It's
will be very easy to use that the easy way.
See, each and every DAW is easy. Okay.
Okay.
Someone like to eat chicken, someone like to eat fish, someone like to have nothing. So it's like that. Okay. So the most important thing is I am very much comfortable on Cubase. I could understand the language of Cubase. I could understand the each and every assignment has been given on Cubase and the way I instruct Cubase, like when I'm programming, that means I am instructing each of my instrument. Okay, now I can shift this thing to there. I can shift. See, each and every DAW is same. That because I have worked in Logic, I have worked in Pro Tools, I have worked in Ableton Live, I have worked in Nuendo, and I have right now I'm working on Cubase. I'm working in Cubase for a long time, and also I worked in Studio One. It's a software produced by Presonus. So Steinberg produced Nuendo and also Cubase. They are same. The problem was the engineer who produced new endo. They have some conflict between the company and the engineers. So some of them have left that company and they have built their own VS DAW, that is Cubase. So I mostly use Cubase because Cubase is one of the most easiest DAW for me. There are a lot of people who say Logic is one of the easiest thing, maybe, but I never. But professionally, I use Cubase. So searching the right DAW for you, it's upon depends on you. It's fully which DAW you can create. Now, how are you going to do it? Before going to any course or any school, ask the teacher, and before that you should survey yourself which one should be grateful, which one should be the great one, which one should I go for. And if right now anyone can download software from internet, and you can at least you can try at home. Acha, this one is this one is that, or else you should go for the tutorials on YouTube to understand about the software. That's the easiest way to know. Acha, this software we can use, this software we can't. Okay, now
Okay.
I will come to the main point, how I create my melody. So now I'm going to share my screen. Yes, you can see
Yeah.
it's written Studio 0 dB. Yes. So this is my software which I use, Cubase 8.5, as you can see. Okay. And I basically work mostly on Contact. What is Contact? Contact is a VST player, I could say. On Contact, I will get each and everything. Okay, so there are a lot of VSTs. I prefer to use one VST because from one VST I'm getting everything. So it's all about lagging and everything, but getting something in one and it creates magic. So no other eh, students are there.
Yeah.
Please share me that link also what they are asking, so that you know.
Actually, they are present by YouTube's live stream.
Oh, okay. So now this is the DAW, digital workstation, what we say. And okay, let's produce something. So as you can see, it takes a little bit of time to to load my VSTs, because I have everything like my RAM, my SSD, everything. But sometimes it's lag. It's not bad about the computer, but it's about the the VST, because sometimes VST takes a long time to. Okay, so as you can see, I have some drums groove. So I will create. Any question? So I will use mostly my groups which I have, because we have very short time, so that I won't go. I will pick up. Yeah, I got it. So as you can see, I put down. Yes. So I had a drum loop like this, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I will put this thing like so I would love to make it 8 bar total. Now we have 4 bars, right? 4 beats. I will copy paste this thing for more times, and so yes, we are done with it. Now I will add basically a bass guitar. I use basically some contact. Basically, I use mostly like contact. So I will put a bass guitar on this, so it will sound more groovy. Okay, people are enjoying, or it's very boring.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you can see, this is called contact. It's a contact player where we will find all the instruments. What kind of any kind of instruments we want, we have to just we need to update here. But all these NKY files I have downloaded from top. Any questions? I'm taking this modern piece. Now, people have a lot of problem while they use contact. They say, "Sir, I'm not getting it because it's not loading." See, this software, this plugin basically have this VST does have the total size of 3.44 GB. So it takes some time. I have a expensive computer, but still, sometime my work, man, like I have to face a lot of lag. So yes, we are done with it. rozandati mein Okay, so uh, at the finishing we will do it as fast as possible. Okay, so I will just play a piano on it, and I'm gonna show you how. Now see. Okay, one, two, three, four. So as you can see, we have done with this is called a MIDI. Okay, this is whole thing is called a MIDI track. So I can change any kind of tone, any kind of instrument notes.
Yeah.
I hope you have some knowledge about music programming and about how to create things. Like I love to sing. I love to show something more if I get 10 more minutes, but I think we are almost.
It's not music, it's a vast subject. It's not
Yes, yes, yes,
particular for the one day.
yes, yes. Yeah, and
Today, we are very happy to you are being here. You are giving to your time. Definitely for the next time again, we have to meet with together.
yes,
And it's a very good session. We are we learn a lot of the secret topics, secret things about to the industry or to the work. I hope that everybody will enjoy it, and really, it's thanks to you.
okay, thank you so much for calling me out here.
Yeah,
It's a great thing and a great time. But I would love to have questions from students if next time I'm coming.
yeah, sure, sure.
I should get a lot more question and everything from students so that I
Yeah.
can share my and I should play something like that what I think of. But it's okay. And okay then, bye. Take care.
Bye. See you. I hope you are also be okay. You are also be safe, fine,
And
and students also be safe, fine.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Okay, bye.
you. Bye.